touch the sky. Oh.
Welcome to day 10 of vlogging. Okay, so I went to, yeah, that was fun. Not, I don't know what it was. We had a power day. So power days consist of walking recoveries after all outs. And that's when you push as hard as you can and as fast as you can. And normally I do fairly well in them. Today, I gagged on the treadmill. Like, I felt like I was going to throw up during the first all out. It was just not pleasant at all. I kind of bounced back after it, but I did have to lower my base pace. And that's fine. Like, I had no problem lowering my base pace because, oh my gosh, like, seriously. I was like, ugh, what is this? It was a 2G, so I did get more miles than I normally do during a 3G. And yeah, so that was fun. So my plan for the next 2 weeks is going to be to try to get as many miles as I comfortably can outside to prepare for the heat. So this last race was warm, but the wind kind of helped not make it feel so warm. But I don't want wind. Like, let's just put that out there in case you haven't been following along. I don't want wind at all. Like, at all. So I apparently gag when I get nervous. I don't throw up. I haven't yet. But I do gag. It's so odd. It's like a reflex, I guess I have acquired. So, yay for new things. However, I did want to share a very special shirt that I got from Raw Threads. And it is the Running for RH, and ever since he passed, outside of me feeling like I didn't deserve to do the things I loved, running has kept me going through difficult times. So it's super special to me to have this shirt with his initials because he loved his name. And that's just, it's good. It's perfect. So one thing I did find too is, I'm telling y'all, so I use Strava. And I use Strava because Strava connects to my Apple data because I like to close my little rings and stuff. So here's what I've found. It's just tidbit information, right? So I've found that if I hit record, go, whatever, on my Strava through my phone, not through my Apple Watch, it will be faster. My pace will be faster and my miles will be shorter. I get more distance through the phone. So it must be something with the GPS, which is great. However, I have found that Apple Watch, if I go to Strava through my Apple Watch, it reads a different time and distance than if I just do the Strava app on the phone. I don't know a lot about it, so if you do, feel free to comment on why that is. But if I select the Strava here, not that, sorry, my fat fingers, Strava from here and start it from here, there, it'll show a different pace and a different distance than my Strava app on my phone. And it's a little bit more accurate. And I say more accurate as far as USATF certified courses go. So Disney uses USATF certified courses, I believe. They had removed the certified course for a bit. I think it's back in the description, but then again, we don't know because that was pre-pandemic. So when you're on a race course, they are normally USATF certified. So my chip time for Cowtown was 1:08:12, and that is for a 6.2. My Garmin pulled it in at 6.34, 1:08:16, which is pretty accurate. Almost the same, but not almost the same, because it has like 0.14 more distance than the course did. So it's the first time I run a race with the Garmin. So I will test it out again at Irving and report back on my findings, because I know it's helpful if you're trying to make a pace goal to have the most accurate reading while you're running. Like, not constantly, that makes it sound like I was obsessed, but I would check my pace on my watch to see how I was doing and use it as a gauge of how I was feeling based on the pace. So if your pace is off, you might get comfortable. Say if I was just using the Strava app on my watch and it's telling me I'm like an 8:30 and I'm really pulling like a 9:30 pace, I might get comfortable and let loose and then not make that pace goal that I want. Pace is not an issue for you. This is not a problem for you. Don't worry about it. Just use whatever tracking device you prefer. I haven't tested out other apps. I probably should, just to put them out there. And I did run in my glycerins, not my tempos, because I'm more comfortable running in my glycerins than my tempos, because I just got my tempos. So my tempos are much lighter, but I didn't want to risk running on race day and hurting myself, because I've been running in glycerins and ghosts for longer. As far as race gear, it says don't try anything new. My shorts and my top were new from Brooks that they sent to me based off of, being a Brooks ambassador, and the hat. And they were amazing and comfortable and breezy. And I'm telling you, that shirt saved my life when I needed to escape that wind that was hitting my face. So, as far as that goes, we've talked about gear. So if you have any questions, let me know. I did have a few of you ask me about using my Garmin versus my Apple Watch. And I do use my app too, I really want to get the most accurate information, because I am trying to hit a goal pace, a 1:07, which is what Disney had published before the pandemic. That was their cutoff time for a 10K to place you into corrals. So that's what I'm shooting for. Of course, I'm going to work on improving that, but that is my goal. If you didn't read my Instagram post today, my always PR, my one time that I hit a 1:05:55. And that was back in 2015, February of 2015. And I had been out drinking with my family, and all I wanted to do was come home and sleep. And it was in February, so the weather was really, really nice and cool. And it was like perfect racing conditions. And that is my overall PR. However, post everything happening, like 15 pounds heavier, this is my new PR, my 1:08. So no, it's not my overall PR. My goal is to eventually beat my overall, like my 1:05:55. But for now, I am proud of my 1:08. And I just never thought, ever that I would run at those paces comfortably again. My hip still tightens up. I probably have to get some MRI done because it's not normal, I don't think, for it to hurt that way sometimes. And I'm still scared I'm gonna get hurt again. If you don't know, if you're new, I was out for like 2 to 3 months before dopey. I just resigned myself to the 1330. I could just not get beyond that. And yeah, so that's been interesting. So I will share memory of my brother because that's what I've been doing. And one of the things I remember a lot about him was we ran a relay marathon, and he got the shortest distance, of course, because he wasn't a runner. One where he ran on sand. So we were like, okay, well, that's probably harder because it's sand. As luck would have it for him, it was packed sand. So he got lucky. And I remember waiting for this. I was the second leg, so he was going to change the relay to me. So he was going to pass the baton to me. And it took him forever, y'all. Like, he was the first leg. And it took him forever to get me to get to me. And I was laughing at him because I was like, dude, what took you so long? And he's like, I had to stop to the bathroom. And I'm like, you had peed right before. He's like, I got nervous and I had to pee like twice. So he peed twice. And there's a picture that he sent to our group because there was like 6 of us running this relay. And he took a picture and he's like, oh, look, there's Ghetto. So he took a picture of me while he was on the shuttle because we were going to go try to find the car. And we stayed at this creepy house in Rockport that had the weirdest, like, little decorations. It had a weird basement that had a big lock, but the lock was, like, unlocked, but they didn't say anything about the lock in the paperwork, so we were kind of freaked out by it. I don't know how my sister-in-law stayed in that house with the kids when we left to run, but it was daytime. But anyways, so we did a relay, and he was the first leg, I was the second leg, and it was just one of the best races I've ever had because I got to do it with him. And it just, he always was like my, not competition in a bad way, but like we would run outside in our yard and he always beat me. And I remember towards the end, gosh, I hate saying that, towards approaching November 17, I remember I went for a run, just prepping for a Spartan. And I had, or maybe it was after, if I recall, he was just wanting to get in shape. And I remember we went for a run and I left him behind. And it was like an accomplishment because I'd never beat him at anything. And I was so proud of the work I'd put in because I'd beat him. And now thinking back on it, I know he wasn't feeling his best. And I don't know, I just wish I would have noticed things before. But it was still great to run with him. He got me into my workout lifestyle. So that's today's vlog, day 10. And I'll get back to y'all and see y'all tomorrow and see how we do tomorrow because my body just hurts. I'll see y'all. Bye.